Today I'll be reviewing this open trap bar made by a Slovakian company called Fitron. I got the bar from opentrapbar.com. I paid for it with my own money, and this is not a sponsored review. You're just getting my honest thoughts after using the bar for just over a month. So the country where I live in Western Europe actually isn't listed for shipping on the Open Trap Bar website, but I sent them an email asking for a quote and ended up paying a total of 426 euros, including taxes and shipping. The bar arrived in about 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I didn't take a photo of the packaging, but let me tell you, it was extremely well packaged. In fact, it had the best packaging I've ever seen on a piece of fitness equipment. The bar came on a wooden pallet and was wrapped in about a kilometer worth of plastic. Unlike other bars I've ordered, which were literally hanging out of their boxes, this one arrived from across the continent in perfect condition. I'll continue with some of the other things I like about the bar before moving on to some of my critiques. So the main reason I bought this trap bar was because of the open design, which allows you to use it for exercises that aren't just deadlifts. You can use it for single-legged exercises like lunges, and since it's rackable, you can also do things like shoulder press or even squats. But personally, my favorite part of the open design is this built-in jack feature, which makes loading plates so easy. The bar is very well built. You can tell the welding is high quality, as is the steel. The bar on its own weighs about 28 kilos, and I saw a photo of this thing holding up a small car, so my deadlift definitely isn't ever going to be pushing the limits of what this thing can handle. I also like the spacing of the two handles. Using the bottom handle will give you the same height as a normal barbell, whereas the higher handle will cut off a couple centimeters of range of motion, but nowhere near as much as other trap bars. The sleeves are also a nice length, which means even with my wide bumper plates, I have no issues fitting my weights on the bar for heavy sets. I noticed that cheaper trap bars tend to have very short sleeves, which would have definitely been an issue for me. And the final thing I like about the bar is how well the two halves are balanced. Some other open trap bars will tip forward every time you let go of them, but this one will stay exactly where you left it, making your setup a bit easier before each set. So those were the things I liked about the bar. Now let's get into some of the critiques before giving you my final thoughts. The things I'm about to mention don't have any major impact on the actual functionality of the bar, but I think they are worth pointing out anyway. First of all, there is no knurling on the handles. They just have the same coating as the rest of the bar. For me, this isn't an issue since I do my working sets with straps anyway, but having knurling on the handles would be a nice touch in my opinion. Similarly, the sleeves are also using the same material and coating as the rest of the bar. Unlike most barbells, which have a resistant chrome coating on the sleeves, these sleeves I've found are rather prone to scratching. I actually got a pretty big scratch on the sleeve the very first time I loaded a plate on it. And because of the way I store my barbells vertically, I'm already seeing a decent amount of wear on the coating of the sleeves after just a couple of weeks of use. By comparison, I've had these other barbells for much longer, and their sleeves have barely any signs of wear. It's just a cosmetic issue though, and honestly doesn't particularly bother me. Continuing on with the sleeves, they are ever so slightly thicker than other barbells. I've had no trouble fitting my plates on them, but I'm unable to use my Rogue aluminum collars on this bar because they are too tight and won't close. I do, however, have another set of cheap plastic collars which are looser and work just fine. And finally, I'm nitpicking here, but the width of the jack is actually just narrow enough to land on the wooden part of my platform where I do my deadlifts. So when I lift the bar onto the jack, it digs into the wood and leaves marks or dents. The jack is very round, so it shouldn't be an issue for any other rubber floors you would usually find in a gym, but it can be a slight issue for people using it on wooden lifting platforms. At the moment, I'm just solving this by placing some knee sleeves between the jack and the platform, but I might end up gluing some foam or rubber on the jack as a more permanent solution to protect my platform. It would be a nice touch if they coated the jack with some rubber, though this probably isn't an issue for most people. Overall, I'll say I'm very happy with my purchase and I will continue to use the bar several times a week going forward. I have no problem recommending this bar since I think the price is totally reasonable for what you're getting and the pros far outweigh the cons in my opinion. The only other high quality trap bar which was on my radar and available here in Europe is one made by Eleiko. That bar addresses most of the critiques I have of the Fitron bar since it features knurling, durable chrome sleeves, and a rubber coating on the jack. But it also comes in at well over twice the price and only has one set of handles. So if you're looking for no compromises, money is no factor, and you don't mind having only one set of handles, maybe consider the Eleiko bar. But for everyone else, I would definitely recommend going for this Fitron bar if you're looking to buy a trap bar and especially if you're interested in an open trap bar. Also, if you happen to live in Slovakia, make sure to check out the Fitron website where they're selling this bar for only 269 euros, which I think is an absolutely fantastic deal. Overall, if I had to sum everything up and give the bar a rating, I would give it a solid 4.5 out of 5. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you found it useful, consider giving me a thumbs up and stay tuned for more reviews coming soon.